speaker this evening is Kelly Kohls.
I truly hate to follow that because that was inspiring. I'm Kelly Kohls, and I'm here tonight as a taxpayer, president of a school board, parent of 5 children in public schools, and a former educator. I understand that this district passed a levy in March of approximately 11% of your annual operating budget, and there are grave concerns that a repeal of this amount will significantly and negatively impact the quality of education here in Westerville. Let me give you some history about Springboro Schools, whose board I currently preside over. Since 2008, Springboro Schools tried to pass a levy that was also a little over 11% of our operating budget. Our community said no 5 times. During this repeated levy campaigns, our community was told that if the money was not given to our district, we would see property values decline. Children would be put in larger and larger classrooms. The quality of education we offered would plummet downward. We would go off a financial cliff. Springboro would turn into a ghost town, and we would be the laughing stock of the state. All in all, our children would suffer, our community would suffer, and we would be embarrassed. But here are the facts. We did not pass that levy for 11% of our operating funds. We went from a projected deficit of $30 million to now a projected surplus of $10 million. And we gave back all of the things that we took from the children during those levy campaigns. We brought back busing. We brought back textbooks. We brought back field trips, special ed, gifted services. We decreased pay-to-play fees by 50%. We lowered student fees. We brought back materials and supplies. We're still giving modest raises, and we're still giving an 85-15 healthcare cost split. We have become leaner through less administration, less classified staff, but no less teachers. And in fact, we've decreased the average class size without more money. We were told that the state would come in and run our system at state minimum standards, and that we did not want that. In running, the ODE provided simulation, which is not any longer provided, but in running that simulation, our district at state minimum, I put in all the numbers, and found that we could run our district at state minimum standards with 25% less money than we currently had, let alone the $6 million per year that we were asking our taxpayers to fund. And in that case, we should be giving our taxpayers a tax refund if we ever said we were going to go to state minimum standards, because it costs far less than what the actual income is. While our community would celebrate a tax holiday, it's likely going to be a cold day on the sun before we saw a refund of our property taxes, so that threat should not be used. But you might ask, what about the quality of your education? As it turns out, we have maintained excellent with distinction. Our average ATC scores have gone up for the last several years. We're now, as of last year, declared a Blue Ribbon School. Blue Ribbon Schools program is a national recognized program honoring elementary and secondary schools in the United States that make significant progress in closing the achievement gap, or whose students achieve at the highest level in their state. Through this program, the U.S. Department of Education recognizes and presents as models these elementary and secondary schools. 2011, only 7 schools in the state got this Blue Ribbon Award, and we were one of them. I'm a former educator, a current taxpayer, current community member, and the parent of 5 children in school system, Springboro school system, and who have graduated from Springboro. I had no doubt that we could make financial decisions that would not hurt the quality of education while not raising the taxes for our struggling community members. In total, we have gone without this emergency money for what appears to will be 9 years, longer than we were ever told we would survive without it. Springboro community discovered that we didn't need more money, we simply needed to spend differently. Our community agreed that the philosophy shift was enough to elect 2 more board members with this philosophy this last fall. In the last 2 years, we have seen that passing a levy was not a viable tool for ensuring quality, but the accountability was. Currently, Westerville has almost $3,000 per pupil to spend more than Springboro. This is 35% more money per pupil than we have to educate with. I understand that this repeal would decrease this to 25% more than we educate our students with. but it doesn't take more money, it takes accountability. Thank you for your time.